Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go three abreast.
It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got 'em for a breath. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
Fireworks, 4th of July, baby. It is here. Happy 4th of July. Yeah, it's Wing Nation, the podcast. Yeah, we're talking sprint car racing here, kicking off the big Independence Day weekend. Erin, Evernham, and Steve Poston. Man, this is always a good one. Lots of family fun and sprint cars this weekend.
A lot of sprint car racing this
A lot
weekend.
of sprint cars this weekend. They've been going already up in New York, all over the place. Pennsylvania, of course, has Speed Weeks going on. If you can't find a sprint car race, you're just not even alive. I mean, my God, everybody, it's all hands on deck.
Yep.
So it is going to be a great weekend. And one of the headliner events is up at Sharon Speedway, okay? It is the Lew Blaney Memorial, okay? And face it, the name Blaney is synonymous with American motorsports.
Yep.
Mostly sprint car racing, although that Ryan kid's doing pretty good with NASCAR.
Yeah.
And, of course, Lew had a good modified career as well. But this one's a sprint car race, and it's the Lew Blaney Memorial at Sharon Speedway. And so Dave, one of the co-owners of the racetrack, spent some time this past weekend in Victory Lane there, but a two-time winner of it. And we're going to dial up Dave and talk a little bit of Blaney stuff, which is neat. So really, really cool. And we actually had Dale on our MAV TV show 2 weeks ago, and he just shared some about the family and just some neat things with the family. Very neat family. Very, very family-oriented family.
Lew was a great guy. I had the chance to meet him.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I raced at Sharon years ago.
Wow, that's neat. Yeah. I used to remember, I was more of a modified guy, and I always remember when Lew Blaney from Ohio would show up at Syracuse at Super Dirt Week.
Yeah.
That's about all I remember, the white number 10 car, and that's about all I remember. I wasn't into the sprint cars nearly as much then. So, but I'm telling you, so we're going to talk about the Lew Blaney Memorial. They do a lot of benefit work up there and a lot of really great stuff. So, going to talk to the Buckeye Bullet. Love talking to the Buckeye Bullet. One of my favorite people. Yes, Dave Blaney going to join us next. Hey, if you missed this, well, shame on you, okay? It was the Jackson Nationals this past weekend, and they were wheeling and dealing for second on back. It was Darren Pittman, Logan Schuart, and Ian Madsen. It was on Dirt Vision. Johnny Gibson and Austin Lloyd with the call. This is what it sounded like. It's our Dryden Diesel all-death-defying move of the week.
And now for the Dryden death-defying move of the week, where one driver simply amazes us with their on-track moves.
Come on, Pittman down the back straightaway, dives to the inside at 3 and 4. Schuart looking for second as they go side by side out of the fourth corner.
Wheel to wheel, wing to wing into turn number 1. Schuart to the inside, and he's going to throw the slide job into Darren Pittman, and they nearly get together. Pittman back to his inside. Ian Madsen right there as well. Now Madsen slides underneath Schuart, clips a 3 spot. Now Schuart back around his outside. What a great battle for second, third, and fourth.
That death-defying move was brought to you by Dryden Diesel All Death, the official DEF of the World of Outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. Visit Dryden.com for more information. Instilled with Dryden's heritage of performance, Dryden Diesel All Def is built for the demands of today's diesel engines. Dryden Diesel All Def is perfect for owners and operators of on-road and off-road diesel trucks and cars that now require diesel exhaust fluid. Dryden, official motor oil and official diesel exhaust fluid of the World of Outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. And as always, American owned and operated. Visit Dryden.com for more information.
Are you a serious diecast collector? Do you have a favorite driver? Are you looking for a gift for a race fan? No matter what the question, the answer is always PlanBSales.com. Plan B has all the latest in diecast from Lionel and apparel, artwork, and other items for your favorite driver in NASCAR or other forms of racing. Go to PlanBSales.com. Key your driver's name in the search window and look at all the options. Your one stop for diecast and other motorsports collectibles is PlanBSales.com.
Sage Fruit is a high-quality grower, packer, and shipper of Washington State apples, pears, and cherries. Sage Fruit believes in sprint car racing, as a proud sponsor of sprint cars for the past 16 years and a partner of Wing Nation for the past 4 years. We love sprint car racing, and we're there for our sprint car fans. Sage Fruit works hard to deliver an exceptional eating experience. We value our relationship with sprint car fans and appreciate your continued support of Sage Fruit. Ask for Sage Fruit at your local grocer.
This is the Wing Nation Podcast. Back to Steve Post and Erin Evernham.
It is Wing Nation, the podcast. So glad you joined us. And so much racing going on this weekend, but I'm really fired up about what they have going on at Sharon Speedway because it honors just a great man, a great racer from a great racing family. He's enshrined. His boys are enshrined at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. It's the Lew Blaney Memorial, 11th annual Lew Blaney Memorial at Sharon Speedway. And to talk about that and racing and winning races, let's get on the line with Dave Blaney, who joins us. Hey, Dave, how are you?
Hey, guys, how are you?
I am well. We want to talk about the Lew Blaney Memorial, but it looks like last Saturday night you went there and inspected Victory Lane and the racetrack and everything. So I guess congratulations before we get started on next week or in order for this past week.
Yeah, it was a good night. We've been rained out of the prior All-Star races at Sharon, so we wanted to get a night under our belt this year there and had a free night to do it, so it was fun.
Dave, after the rainouts and the schedule being the way it is, how nice is it to not only get in Victory Lane Saturday night, but now running some PA Speed Weeks?
Yeah, we hadn't planned much PA Speed Week, but like I said, after all the rainouts, we just need to keep racing. We kind of built our own car over the winter and haven't run great with it, but lately better. So we wanted to keep racing and see if we can get it where it's competitive every night.
Without giving away a lot of secrets, I know you like to experiment and explore and tinker around with some technology and some suspension and different other things. Do you have a lot of that on the new car, or is it more of a traditional race car?
I mean, the basics are the same. It's, the length and width and all that kind of stuff. It's just different spring locations, maybe.
Yeah.
Different type of springs, but it's not huge. And heck, you can't hide anything on a sprint car. You can see everything except the pistons, right? So you can't hide anything. But it's been a bit of a challenge. But like I said, the last few nights before Sharon, we ran well, and Sharon we ran okay, and even Sealands Grove the night after that, we were pretty competitive. Last night was not the case. Bad last night, but we just keep racing.
Dave, looking forward to this weekend to your father's memorial race. How involved are you, or are you at all, in the promotion of it, the setting up for it?
I'm not that involved, but we all are. My wife Lisa and the girls, they're all in the middle of it with my mom and some other family up there. So everybody gets involved. There's a big auction, to benefit the Alzheimer's Association, and everybody supports that well. And it's been awesome, the support of all the fans, especially in the racers that we've had through the years. It's always fun to see that just keep coming out, and it's cool to see. And they also invite as many as they can guys that Dad used to race with back in. It didn't matter if it's 60s, 70s, 80s. Try to invite car owners and guys he raced with. So it's cool to see those guys. That's, maybe the only one time a year I get to see them.
I bet there's some stories, lies, and tales being told when you get a chance to catch up with those guys.
Well, not much time for storytelling. I just like to see them come by, but we are racing that night too. So, but it's just cool to see them. Some of them, man, last time you saw them was 20 years ago, and it's very cool to talk to them.
That's great.
Dave, it's been a long time since I've been at Sharon. Was there not a spot I think it was like off the back stretch, or I don't even remember, but there was like almost like a little Hall of Fame area. There was a lot of stuff for your dad's trophies and a lot of history of the track. Is that still there?
No, I don't think there was much of that at Sharon. There might have been a little spot. But since we've had the track, we've redone it. The track's a lot smaller. And a whole new grandstands and everything. So there's not a whole lot of that kind of stuff. There is a little bit though.
Yeah, I actually remember your dad showing me some of it a long time ago.
Yeah. That is
okay.
Neat. Yep. This week, we've talked a lot about events. We've spent a lot of time. We just got back from the Jackson Nationals, of course, and we've talked a lot about events. And you've been able to bolster this up, $6,000 to win, which is better than the normal All-Star purse. And trying to do that, Dave, how do you balance that when putting on an event, trying to get a little extra attention, but making sure the bottom line is covered? How do you? And I know you've got your partners at the track who handle a lot of this, but how important is it for you to pay $6,000 to win and to have something a little special like that?
Well, yeah, we love to pay more and we love to make it bigger. It kind of comes down to Sharon's not like, I don't know what you'd call it, facility capable, right?
Yep, sure.
It's just not that big and we don't have that much space and we can't seat that many people. So if you're going to have a huge, race like Jackson or all the big ones that are going great right now, we just need more space. And we're kind of looking into that, but we just try to keep getting better at what we do there and have the best events we can.
Dave, we talked to a lot of drivers and teams about how the rain has affected them. How does it affect a racetrack? Does it put you behind on preparation or even with your employees?
Well, yeah, it's no good for anybody, and the weather can catch you several ways, right? If the forecast is really threatening, but it never rains, that's really bad too. Everybody's got the weather app right on their phone, so that hurts a lot. But yeah, and then the nights everybody's in there, the food's all made and employees are all there, and it rains out at 5 o'clock. That's tough too. So it's it sucks for everybody when that happens.
For sure. I think we had one World of Outlaw driver, somebody on our stage said they had 3 different weather apps and they just choose the one that they like the best. So we all have weather apps, that is for sure. Dave, there's been a little bit of adjustment in the scheduling in Western Pennsylvania and Eastern Ohio in that Mercer went away now, and Mercer's going to race. They've got a 410 race actually coming up next week. Did you guys at Sharon pick up some more weekly 410 racing along the way here over this year or so?
Well, we don't have any regular weekly 410 racing. I think we have a little series that Menards sponsors.
That's what it is. Okay.
And it's a 10 race series, but it isn't all 10 sprint cars. Some of them is big block modifieds.
I see.
And some sprint cars. And I think there's a few more sprint car races this year between series and all-star. I think we were maybe at 10 sprint car races this year. So that seems to be what works the best for the track and competitors, honestly, is what we've seen in our area. So,
now, Dave, a few questions ago, you hinted about maybe looking into expanding things. Can you elaborate on? Is that more races? Is that more infrastructure?
Yeah. I mean, first we have to have more of everything. We have to have more seating. Well, maybe not seating, but capability to put more people in there and parking them and the whole thing. And our property right now is pretty small for a racetrack like ours. But yeah, we just do what we can do. I think we can make little gains on it, but we'll work on it.
We shall see. A 2-time winner of the event too, so has to be neat to win your father's memorial race on 2 different occasions, including last year. That's got to be pretty neat when you get to the end of the night as well, Dave.
Well, yeah, it's probably between the Kings Royal and the Lew Blaney night are the 2 biggest nights of the year for me. So we kind of focus on, because what, the track lately at Sharon has been a certain way all the time. So we'll focus on that quite a bit, being better on that type of surface. And yeah, it's, at this point in my career, you pick a couple and try to win them. That's what we do.
All right, I got to ask you to elaborate again. When you say the track has been a certain way, for us that haven't been there or seen it, what do you mean?
Well, the last, I'm going to say this is the 3rd year on completely redid the surface, a little bit different shape and all new clay.
Okay.
And since that's been done, it's pretty consistent on getting really smooth, really black, shiny, and slick. But the racing that way is very cool.
Yeah.
The shape of it lets people ride right against the fence, right against the inside tires, or in the middle, and it's always 3 wide. So the shape of the track kind of lends itself to being slick. But so, like I said, it's consistent, so when going back, that's probably what you'll have.
Consistency. Well, that is good. And multiple running grooves. That is for sure. Well, Dave, we wish you the best this weekend. And as you continue racing along the way there in Pennsylvania, best of fortune. Hope for sunny skies and great weather on Saturday night at Sharon. And we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us here today.
Well, thanks for having me.
There we go. There we go. The Buckeye Bullet, Dave Blaney, the 11th annual Lew Blaney Memorial. Okay. Ollie's Bargain Outlet All-Star Circuit of Champions, $6,000 to win. Listen to this list, and I find this list fascinating of previous race winners. Okay, Tony Stewart, Mike Lutz. Mike's a local racer.
Yep.
Sam Haferteep Jr., Brad Sweet, Jack Soderman, another local racer.
Yep.
2014, Dave won it the first time. Sheldon Hodenshield, Danny Holtgraver, another local racer. 2 years ago was Christopher Bell. Last year, Dave Blaney became the only two-time winner of this race. This thing has had something for everybody in its 11 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, there's some local racers. There's some now that are on the World of Outlaw Tour. There's a former Outlaw champion, Dave, obviously.
Yeah. Wow, that's just really neat. So that is this weekend, Saturday night at Sharon Speedway, a part of a doubleheader with the All-Stars. They're in Lernerville on Friday night. So out there in western Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, you got a couple nights to see the All-Stars.
Mm-hmm.
See if
some
Dale
good
Blaney
tracks,
can
too.
go win that one. Dale Blaney hasn't won that race yet.
I wonder if there's some bragging rights going on there.
I should have asked the Buckeye Bullet about that. I should have asked him about it. So, because Dale is rolling.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
He sure is.
Yeah. All right, Pennsylvania Speedway continues on. Thursday night tonight, Hagerstown, Maryland. Friday night, Williams Grove, the Mitch Smith Memorial, $10,000 to win. Saturday, Port Royal, $7,000 to win. We're going to end it. Hey, by the way, that Greg Hodnett Memorial 5K on Saturday morning. Get out there and go. We did the 5K in Jackson. Erin and I did. If we could make it up Ashley Street, you can do this. There's nothing in Port Royal that's like that.
Oof.
Okay? So, get out and support Sherry on that for the Greg Hodnett Foundation. And it is the Greg Hodnett 5K. It is Saturday morning up in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. Wish I could be there for that. That's fun.
Yeah, certainly do that.
That is really great. NOS Energy World of Outlaw Sprint Cars Friday and Saturday night, Cedar Lake Speedway in New Richmond, Wisconsin. That's another one of the traditional races. They go up there. MOA Sprints Saturday night at Fairbury. The NOSA Sprints have a pair of races there. Friday, River Cities. Saturday, Greenbush Raceway Park. Attica Fremont Series, another big night of doubleheader racing. Friday at Attica, Saturday at Fremont. We talked about this on Tuesday a little bit. Talked about these next two on Tuesday. Okay? The Corn Belt Classic at Knoxville. Friday night, USAC Sprints with the 360 sprint cars, wing cars. Saturday night, USAC Sprints with the 410 wing sprint cars. Man, that event's just going to be awesome.
It really is. I like that combination.
It is. It is great. So going to be fun to watch for sure. And I believe Dirt Vision has that. So you can catch that there. Okay? We talked about this on Tuesday. The Empire Super Sprints Central New York Speed Week. Tonight, Land of Legends Speedway in Canandaigua. Friday, Brewerton. Saturday, Fulton. Sunday, New Utica, Rome. We certainly wish everyone the best. That's just got to be a fun week. Good times for friends up in Central New York. Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour is off. Now, their next race is that Grizzly Nationals from Montana. Someone's going to meet Buddy the Bear or whatever that bear's name is.
The race that you actually might not want to win.
I know. My God, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and Wayne Johnson won that. That's the funniest victory lane. He got looking at this victory lane. They bring this big grizzly bear out to pose. Okay?
Yeah.
And he puts his big paw on the tire. You know, and like Wayne is sitting there thinking, I've ran all the rubber off from that tire, and that bear has its big paw on it, and they want the driver to slide right in next to the bear. And Wayne said, my saving grace was I looked around, okay, and I didn't need to be able to outrun the bear. I needed to be able to outrun all the photographers, and there was one photographer I thought I could outrun. That's Wayne Johnson. Of course, that's quintessential Wayne Johnson.
That's a Wayne story right there.
Of course, as thin as he is, he'll be able to outrun all of them now.
Yeah,
no, we've talked to Wayne up at Jackson. My gosh, he's lost, I think, 35 pounds, I think he said.
He looks very fit and trim.
Very fit and trim. So he'd be able to outrun a bunch of them. So maybe he should go back up there. He's not running the tour this year, but maybe he can go up there and meet the bear because he might be able to outrun the bear. Fast as he can go. But so they're off. Regional racing action, US 36 Raceway on Friday night for the Warrior region in Osborne, Missouri. Saturday night, the Frontier region's at Big Sky Speedway in Billings, Montana. And Mid-South region is at Diamond Park Speedway in Murfreesboro, Arkansas. So that is going to be great. We get on the road again. And next week, I'm actually on my own, just going to go to Lernerville and Mercer. Can't wait to get up there. But in 2 weeks, Wing Nation Roadshow, Hercules Tires Wing Nation. We're going to Eldora, first time there, Kings Royal. That is July 18th through the 20th, live from the Fan Zone at Eldora. Ashley Stremme and yours truly going to be up there.
I'm going to be a lot of FOMO.
We're going, FOMO. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to that. We're also looking forward to Wing Nation on MAV TV, presented by Sage Fruit on Saturday morning, because Brett Marks, love talking to Brett Marks, and had him in studio and had the chance to chat with him. So we look forward to that. That's coming up at 8:30 and 11:30 Eastern Time on MAV TV. Thanks to Dave Blaney, and thank you for joining us here today.
This has been the Wing Nation Podcast. Find Wing Nation on wingnation.com, Facebook, YouTube, or your favorite podcast provider. The Wing Nation Podcast is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.